Hello, I'm Dathan, and this is my 36 questions to fall in love. So, the four questions I will be talking about my first one is number 6, which was, would you rather have the mind of a 30-year-old when you're 90, or have the body of a 30-year-old when you're 90? So, my partner, she said that she would like the body of a 30-year-old, where I said that I would prefer the mind of a 30-year-old. And her reasoning for the body of a 30-year-old is because of health reasons. So, having possibly living longer, uh, probably being more fit, and just, how having the energy. And the reason why I say mind of a 30-year-old is due to memory reasons, you know and also having, the same, probably the same energy, just not as fast. So it was, and so and we talked a little bit about it, and she said that for the mind of a 30-year-old, you would have the mental capacity and only have the knowledge of a 30-year-old, where you've lived up to 90 and you've basically have that knowledge of a 90-year-old. So, and to me, I wouldn't be against having a body of a 30-year-old at 90. So I think that was also a very good answer. So the next question was number 13, which is if a crystal ball could tell you the truth about your future, yourself, or anything else. Uh, my partner, she wanted to know when she would die, how she would die, uh, if she would have a big family, and how many, stuff like that. Where I basically wanted to know, just, you know, will I at least have money to have a house, apartment, condo? Uh, if I'll have a good life, happy life, traveling, seeing the world like I've wanted to do, and just learning about that type of stuff. So the next question was question number 5, which was tell a 4 minutes tell in 4 minutes your life story in as much detail as possible. So my partner, she had her first memory, which was when she was 2 or 3. She made her mom breakfast with eggs, and the eggshells were still in it. And then she continued when she lived in Virginia, and she would help her dad work on cars when she was still small. Uh, and she t- was what she told me was, uh, that one time she tried helping him in the garage and sprayed paint on his car, and it so she was getting bullied kindergarten, and her mental health started to decline. By the time she was in middle school, her mental health got much worse and ended up getting diagnosed with major depressive disorder. My partner said that um she went down the wrong path and completely turned her life around. And so what I told her was, uh when I was 3, I was diagnosed with ADHD and autism by a teacher in my preschool, which now it and always was very illegal to do. And so when I was uh, almost 5 years old, I lost my grandma, and I started to show signs of anxiety. And every time my mom would leave for long periods of time. She, I would be sitting at the window watching, waiting for her, like scared, nervous, that type of stuff. And so at around 8 years old, I started Taekwondo, which was something to help A, control anger through discipline, and B, to teach me how to defend myself, because when I was in uh, elementary school, I was getting bullied constantly, and it just happened all the way through um, up to my sophomore year. I learned that controlling my anger definitely helped during those times of bullying, and you know just trying to figure it out on the way through. And so I in high school I went to Bowman to uh, do automotive, which isn't something really explained, but that's a little bit of it. And then 2021, I joined at Front Range Community College to do automotive. So number 16 is, what do you value most in a friendship? My partner told me she values trust, and she also told me that trust is her number one value because it plays a big part in any sort of relationship. My partner also said, in order to have a have a healthy friendship and relationship, uh, you gotta have trust in that friend, or trust in that other person. She explained that trust shows that the other person won't stab you in the back and will tell you the truth. And that's just what she considers another part of true friend. So my partner also said that among like a long trust with a friend is also loyalty. She said that beginning loyal falls under trust and shows that you know that you won't be betrayed, and just have that really bad relationship with that friend. So I told my partner that for my part, which was you have to be basically the same thing, but I also, in a friendship, or even in a relationship, need support, because support is like probably something that a friend should do when they find out that they're having a bad day, they lost someone, just those big things where it could be a lot harder to get through. So you need that friend, you need that person to be there to help lift you up. And like for me, I I haven't had very many people who have been that support. I've had like two people that aren't in family that have been very supportive of me and have helped me get through a lot of hard times. And like one of those things that are in a friendship, a lot of a saying is, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you? And I would I would do basically anything for my friends, or even if I'm in a relationship, I would do anything for them. So if it was have any of my friend, like all of my friends die, have whoever I'm in a relationship with die, or you, I would I would do anything for to make sure my friends were alive and healthy. And well, if we're seeing how this can also change a relationship between a friend or in a relationship, my relationship with this person hasn't really changed. We still argue a lot. We still have those days where I need a break from talking to her, and it feels like we still have our slippage away, but we still come back together. And but sometimes I just don't know what to do. But we're still together longer than I really thought, so that's a good thing.